Hi, my people. This is Grace, and today I have a good topic for you. It's about these are things I wish I had known before becoming a real estate investor. So stick around to the last point because it's going to help you, especially if you're starting out on this journey. Point 1. Only listen to people who share your vision. Do not listen to any and everybody out there. Small-minded people can kill your dreams. I'm sorry to say small-minded because so many times we hear, you can't do that, you won't be able to, and that kills your dream because you end up believing it. Do you know that it took me 10 years before I just started investing? 10 long, painful years I can never get back. So when I tell you to stop listening to small-minded people, I mean stop. Yesterday, stop listening to small-minded people. Because I was listening to everybody, waiting for them to buy into my idea, waiting for them to accept what I was doing, okay? To believe in me enough. And I did not believe in myself. So please, believe in yourself enough to continue on that journey by yourself. Point number 2. Time is of the essence. I wish 10 years ago I had started because I would be so far. It's been like 5 years since I started this journey. And do you know I own like at least 10 properties? That's huge. That's really huge. So I always wonder what would have happened if I had started like 10 years ago. Because then 5 plus 10, that's 15 years ago. I wasted so much time. So time is of the essence. Start already. Stop waiting. Analysis paralysis is no more. Put it upon yourself. Mark it in your calendar. Start already. And if you don't know how, text me or DM. Guess what? Put it in the text and we can get you started because you can. I always tell people, if I can, did I tell you I came to America with $20? If I can, you should. And you can. Okay? Because we all have the capability to do things that we think we might not be able to do. We just have to do it. Point number 3. Slow but steady wins the race. I said slow but steady because I love the story of the hare and the tortoise. That story impresses me because guess what? Even though the hare was very fast, guess what? The tortoise won because they were consistent. Consistency is key. Are you consistent? Because this business, investing, anything you do, is going to have to be over time, right? That's what investment is about. It's growth over time. So what are you doing to be consistent? Are you out there networking consistently? Are you out there finding deals consistently? Because whatever strategy you're focusing on, guess what? It's going to work for you, but you have to be consistent with it, right? So continue being slow but steady with that consistency. Point number 4. You need to know your why. Why are you actually doing this? Why did you start? My why is not the same as your why. And I tell people so many ideas, and sometimes they're like, what if they copy your idea? Guess what? If their why is not aligned with that thing that they're trying to do, it doesn't matter how many copies they make. It will never work. You have to align with your why. I'm doing this because I want to serve. I hate poverty, okay? Poverty is an illness I want to eradicate, okay? So it kills me when I see people struggling, when I see people thinking they can't. I always try to get them to feel like they can because we all can. So know your why. And then when you continue with that why, there are so many times you're going to feel discouraged because this can be a lonely business because not everybody wants to grow like you and I. You're watching this video because I know there's something about you that wants you to get from where you are to where you need to be. So please, focus on that why. And when you get discouraged, reach out to people who can support you. Listen to something that's going to give you the boost that you need. I read something about a booster box. What is a booster box? Where you would put all these positive things about you in a little box. Every time I would feel discouraged, guess what? You pick up that little box and read those positive things you said about yourself or somebody said about you. I started putting together my booster box because you need those boosts. Do you know that it takes 7 positive things to combat 1 negative? So when you're discouraged, you need this positive boost to bring you up. And the more positivity you have, guess what? It combats the negative. So that will help you boost your energy up. Continue with that why. Point 5, become teachable. You have to try to learn as much as you can because you don't know everything. You're just starting out. Okay, think about being a baby. You're learning everything as you go. Reach out to people who can help you. Also read as much as you can. I know some people feel like when they finish school, they finish their education, but it's not like that. You're just starting. There are so many courses out there for free of charge that can help you grow your business. So learn as much as you can. The more knowledge you are able to attain, the more you're able to grow your business. Point number 6, guess what? You have to start screening tenants. That's a huge thing, especially if you're planning to manage long-term rentals. You need to know how to screen your tenants. One of my mentors actually mentioned that it's better to have an empty house than have the wrong tenants. So I always thought about that. You need to continue with the lease. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why. First, it helps you not violate fair housing laws. There's so many protected classes out there. You need to make sure you're treating everybody the same, right? The second thing is literally an agreement between you and your tenant. So if you have a lease in place, follow it, right? The third thing is just the standard for whatever state you're in. Most states actually have stipulations on how much the security deposit can be, when you can return it, and also different things about rent, how much you can increase every year. So you have to follow your state standards. The fourth thing I can say about the following your lease is, guess what? Sometimes people try to see how much they can get away with. So if you have a lease and you follow it, it's easier because all you have to do is remind them that that lease says this. I text clients and also email them. Hello, this and this is happening, and this, according to the lease, on this page, on this line, or it says this and this and this. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Before you know it, guess what? They will comply, right? The last thing about following your lease is it makes your job easier, not harder. This job can be hard as it is. You have to make it easy on yourself. Stop picking up phone calls at wee hours of the day and night. You have to set that into your schedule and also let tenants know. You're literally teaching people how to treat you. So make it easy on yourself. And that's why you need to screen your tenants and also follow your lease. The next point is you have to treat this business as a business. Okay? So say, for example, you meet people. They ask you, who owns this property? Guess what? I'm the property manager. Property manager for Kissa Homes, not owner. Can you imagine? Sometimes when people realize you're the owner, they actually increase the prices. This is for contractors. Some of the contractors, I've seen a few who actually increase the prices when they realize I was the owner. And also tenants act different when they know that you're the owner versus if you're just a property manager. And also you never, I repeat, never want to end the ball in your court. Because if this person calls you or texts you or even meets you and they tell you this grievance, right? If the ball ends in your court, you literally are supposed to just answer them right then. If you're the manager, you meet your supervisor, right? That's what I do. Hi, Grace. Such and such is happening. What do you think about it? And then Grace does the research, right? And then gets back, oh, my supervisor said such and such. Don't you see how that's easier than somebody asking you directly and you have to go ahead and tell them something, make all these commitments? Don't do it. Because then if you have a supervisor, that will definitely cover you. And so I call myself a property manager. I know so many people love to be CEO. I'm the property manager. You don't have to call me no CEO. I'm good. Okay? I'll keep the titles, okay? The titles are not going to help me, especially keep my business and also run the business I want to run. So please think about that. Do you want the title or do you want to make the right business for you? Next, we're talking about location. It's always about location, location, location. You're going to hear this as a song in real estate because guess what? It's true. It's always about the right location. My mentor actually told me earlier on, Grace, if you find the worst house in the right neighborhood, you're good. So instead of you looking for the best house in the worst neighborhood, please focus on the worst house in the best neighborhood. It helps you with your strategy. It helps you exit whenever you want to exit out of that property. All right? Because you always have to think about how many exit strategies, more than one. If you have 3, great. You want to flip it? You want to rent it? Or do you want to sell it? Great exit strategies instead of just having one exit strategy. Next is about running your numbers. You have to make sure this is objective, not subjective. Because that's like running your business. You cannot have this off of your feelings. Oh, I feel like this house should go. Run the numbers and let the numbers dictate how much you offer. Because sometimes we fall in love with the house. I've done that too. Falling in love with the house, overpriced, overbid, and then eventually I was like, you know what, Grace, I could have let go of that house and put my investment in something that actually made my numbers because they're there. You just have to focus on your numbers and make that work for you. Point 10, we made it, y'all, is niching down. The riches are in your niches. So whatever niche you're trying to go for, are you trying short-term? Are you trying long-term rental? Are you trying residential, commercial? So many niches out there. Focus on your niche and the riches will be in your niche. Because if you play this game right, guess what? You will always benefit. But you can't get out of one niche trying to bounce into the next niche before you actually grow the first niche. I almost made this mistake once. Because when I started, since I'm a registered nurse, I was thinking I could just do assisted living. I was already doing the buy and hold, right? As a long-term investor. And then so many people are like, do the assisted living, do the assisted living. I did a lot of research and found out, Grace, you need to niche down. When you have all this experience in your long-term rentals, then you can niche down into assisted living. And so that must be where I'm going next, or might be where I'm going next. But thank you again for watching. I'm excited for you all to watch the next video. I hope you took something out of this. And until next time, you stay blessed.